I really don't know why people are doing this, but it should be something that I mean, whoever's training you, even though how stupid it, regardless of how stupid it is, or in your opinion, or why are we doing this? I mean, in the end, you're doing something, and rather than just sitting around doing nothing, which was something that was tanking the battalion earlier. So I don't want to be hearing complaints that we're not. It's like we're bored, we're not doing anything when that's hardly the case. All right, can everyone get on board with this then? Can I please have you all promise me that you can at least attend the trainings that people are sacrificing their time of their lives out to do for you?
Hell yeah.
If I may. I mean, in the past, we actually had the 2 weeks of discipline part where basically we were even forcing training. So we might want to go back on those kind of things because discipline is still a thing which I can you can guess. I mean, everyone can guess it needs to be kept between ranks and inside a battalion to make people more participant, even if you force them.
User
It
left
makes
your
you,
channel.
see how actual RP works.
Hunters?
Just to add on to that, the problem with forcing people to do trainings and forcing people into them is it makes everybody hate everybody and it makes everybody hate the system, and it's a big old nightmare. While it's never wrong to incentivize people, and people should always go to trainings. If there's ever one up, I always go to it. You always should, because it helps you improve and it helps the battalion as a whole just improve. You can't force people. In the end, it's still a game, and while it's still an RP,
Oh,
you
right.
still
I
have to.
explained myself. I didn't explain myself well. We had these 2 weeks, which Audible, of course, make an announcement for it. We're talking when
Whoa.
I still was an
Sorry.
officer. When I still was an officer, that we had to increase our discipline. It's not about forcing people only to train. It's about make an interactable training where people will follow the ranks and they will follow the highest rank doing the training. It's not actually forcing people, it's actually keeping discipline up for, being sure they been not only trained, but they can even practice and having fun.
I can agree with that.
So yeah, that's an idea if you want to re-implement the 2 weeks of discipline. Just saying.
Anyone else getting like a Steam message from like someone named Lofex?
Don't
No.
answer.
No.
I don't even know who it is, but he's sending a Twitch link. I don't know.
Yeah, don't
Yeah, don't click it.
User
I'm
disconnected
not. I'm
from your
not going
channel.
to. I'm just.
Just click it.
Nah.
It's advertising. I mean, if they found him out, I mean, it's gonna get kicked.
But I don't know. No, it's not on the server. It's in Steam. Steam message.
Okay.
No, if it was in game, I would have already sent something. But what's it called? I mean, when it comes to disciplinary trainings, I mean, I don't know. Did it really work out in the past, Eddard?
Disciplinary trainings on what? Wait, what?
It's the thing that Dest is talking about. Did it really work out in the past? I'm trying to think. I don't really think it really worked out.
Well, what do you mean by disciplinary training? Like, I didn't even realize that we used to do that.
I don't think much came of it.
We just gained a good amount of discipline. That was it. because we basically never forced them to do a training. We just
I mean,
make sure they keep their ranks.
we've never really forced anybody to do anything. But like disciplinary actions, people got real salty about it. Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about fucking Ozzy and James's fucking written warning shit. Yeah, that didn't work very well because a lot of people I got many Discord DMs saying, "What the fuck is this? Take me off this list." And I was like, "It's not up to me." And they got really upset.
I think another thing people need to focus
User entered your channel
as well. What's it called? If disciplinary actions are placed on you as well, it's not because we're being dicks or something like that. It's because
don't fucking take it personal, you
it's like,
bunch
yeah,
of
don't
pussies.
take it.
I think we sweep another area of the meaning of discipline. I didn't talk about discipline in action. Talk about discipline as discipline to following the ranks and following, the leadership of a person.
Oh yeah, no, we have huge issues with that. Nobody wants to fucking listen to anybody who's a higher rank than them.
There you go. So I was speaking about the two weeks we was having in the past that actually help out in a good manner and make us possible to actually do some training, some good stuff, some grounding, some having some more preparation, more organization in the meaning of inside the game at the moment. All right.
For one, you have a PDS.
No.
Yeah, the quota.
Never fucking again. Never fucking again. No. We had so let me tell you.
Yeah,
let me give you story time with Eddard here.
Story time with Eddard.
Okay, here we go. So, it was probably about three months ago. We introduced a quota into the NCOs. Right. At this point, there weren't enough enlisted who were active. It was mostly, just like the fucking 7 NCOs that were active. But those 7 NCOs were fighting over multiple things. First of all, they introduced a prize for the person who could host the most trainings by the end of the month. The first prize was in-game credits. I think it was about $50 of in-game credits.
Yeah.
Which is a fuckload of credits. That's like how many credits is it? That's like 300,000 credits or some shit like that.
Holy shit.
But also the second time, the second month, James decided to throw up a fucking Red Dead Redemption 2 reward, and people went fucking insane. People were literally at each other's throats to host trainings. Because there weren't enough enlisted on. It was only NCOs, and NCOs didn't want to participate in each other's trainings because they were salty that they didn't get the ability to host the training. Because if you didn't know, there's a requirement to host a training, you have to have at least 2 people.
3.
Or whatever it is, yeah. So there'd be 3-4 people on, and then one of them would be like, I'm hosting a training, and the other one's like, well, I want to host a training. I want to host and it was just a shit show, and then we had a battalion meeting. And then, literally, the entire battalion meeting was just talking about how shit the quota was.
It was a good meeting.
Yeah, no, I think people disassociate the use of quotas very easily. For example, there's a reason that we introduced the activity scoreboard. It's just to see who the fuck's actually coming online and doing something. As well as because I know you Mongols just fucking love to see your name on things. So that's why we introduced the activity scoreboard.
I just
What's
like
up,
to have
Bear?
the biggest number.
Yeah, like Hobo Hobbit was like, "Hey, it's the 3rd of fucking February. I'm gonna have 65 points." Okay, what's up, Bammer?
Yeah, I feel like the current system is pretty good. Like, we don't have any quotas to do. Like, if you want to show that you're active, it's pretty easy to do so. Like, Just put in them fucking hours on them trainings and shit, and it will show, you know, and you will eventually be recognized for your hard work with the activity scoreboard. And if you're fucking slacking, then yeah, it will show as well. Like, you got like 2 points in a month, then yeah, you're fucking inactive. Like, that's... And if it's like an overall issue with that person that's inactive, then like that's the point where we don't actually need a quota. We can just talk to the person directly, and like we don't have to mess around with like quotas, because like quotas would be it's not a good system in any way, because like in theory you could just do your quota and then don't give a fuck like at all, like a type in text chat. So you just like go in like the beginning of the month, do like 3 trainings or some shit, and then you fill your quota, and then you could just like be inactive for the rest of the fucking month, like getting on once and not doing anything. So I think the current system we have is really good. I think we need to pay attention to it because it's a good system and it actually shows who's doing good and who's being lackluster, in my opinion. But yeah.
Okay, sorry.
That's all.
Hobo Hobbit, deadass, you're fucking padding your number here. You're at 58. It's only the fucking 10th of February.
Stop it.
Fucking read the logs, my dude. It's all in there. It's mostly events. I'm the highest ranking
He had
mod
one
for
day where
every
he got, like,
single event
15
during
points.
that time zone.
Fucking
Wait,
rip.
Hobo Hobbit has how many points?
55.
58.
58.
Most of those are events led because you get 2 points for each event, and I'm the
Holy
highest ranking
freak.
mod for all of those fucking events. Like,
Jesus
I've
fucking
led
Christ.
like 10 events or like 12, 15 events, something stupid like that.
Fucking rip. Okay, anyways, yeah, continue on to the next topic. No quotas.
Yeah.
Not for now.
Next question. Right. Okay. So, you know what? That's actually a good topic to move on to. That was actually one of the topics I want to talk with the officers with, but you know what? I'll talk with everyone since practically everyone here helps out with them. So it's probably a good topic to talk about here. Tryouts. So I know I would say I think the biggest problem the common problem that everyone brings up with it is the TeamSpeak thing. If I am correct. Am I correct with this?
Yeah.
Anything else?
Probably.
What's the TeamSpeak thing?
So it's because not all CTs have TeamSpeak, and some CTs are slow.
That was not the word he was going to use, but that's okay.
Yeah, I'm being nice. Let's be honest. I'm being comes to that. So I think what we need to do. I think what we could do actually is instead of bringing them to the yeah, we can actually use the radio channels for what we need to do, and use and then bring them into TeamSpeak afterwards. Hopefully. I don't know. I don't want to. Here's the thing, because I don't want to kick people out of the tryouts just because they don't have TIs. You know what I mean? I don't find that as a fair way of removing them from the TeamSpeak. I want to try to work around it the best I can when it comes to those things. So hopefully something with that. What we got? 4-1. Is it 4-1 that has the PDS? Or was it BAM?
It's
Bammer's
4-1.
Bammer's the PDS.
Good night.
No, I already did mine.
Night test. All right.
User disconnected
4.
from your channel.
Once.
Mm-hmm. But then there's the question: do people do you guys want to waste like 15 to 20 minutes of your time trying to get them into TeamSpeak?
I mean, we can make it a part of basic training.
To be
But then what if
honest,
they turn around and say, "No, I don't want it." Like they're already in the
Then
battalion.
you kick them back out.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
to
so
be
it's-
wasted your time. You've wasted everybody's time still again.
I vote
Listen, I
instead
don't-
of
Them out at the start
Listen,
of tryout, then
I don't
waste your
mind
time.
if you don't use a microphone. I do not care. I do not care.
Oh, like
But if
Sancho.
you're
Still needs to
if
join
you're
the TeamSpeak.
if you're unwilling to join the TeamSpeak, then you have no place in this battalion.
In my opinion, instead of just removing it from the tryout, we could just do what the hell I've been doing. Do an actual good BBHC test, kick out half the retards, and then you're good.
Well, you do like 3 rounds of it, right? Yeah, you do.
I do 3 rounds of actual BBHC without kicking people out. Once they realize, or not realize, but once I'm done, half of them are gone. It leaves the actual competent people, and then I'm done. And then the majority of those people already have TeamSpeak, and it takes 5 minutes.
You gotta teach me how to do VHC.
So to say what this dude,
I mean, like, it all
works
depends
95%
on
of
how
the
you do
time.
your tryouts, and if you're actually capable of doing a decent tryout. The better you are at doing a tryout, the easier it's going to be for you.
Excuse me?
That's a whole nother
I
issue.
mean, we can fucking host tryouts until the cows come home, but it doesn't, mean that people are going to show up to those tryouts. Sometimes we'll get fucking meme tryouts like that one that we had with Oddball where there were 27 CTs in it. Only 6 of which passed, by the way. And then we'll have, tryouts where either nobody shows up or like one person shows up, and a lot of the times we're like, well, is it worth just doing a whole fucking tryout for one person? I mean, in my opinion, not really. But I mean, it's subjective depending on the officer hosting it.
You also have to worry about the fact that a lot of people join the RP to be a PFC in the RP.
Yeah, what I like to call
is-
flying on the weekends.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah, but then if that's the case, then they're not really being active in the battalion, and they get kicked out within the week. So.
Well, I mean, that's just what we're hosting tryouts for. A lot of time, it's what we host tryouts for, so people can come on once every week and fly.
And thus, today I finally find one good reason why the AARs exist.
Yeah, like I said, there's a reason we have the activity scoreboard, because I mean, enlisted, it's already hard as hell to get points on that scoreboard because it's either events or trainings participated in. There's not much else you can assist in. So I mean, like, I think our last month our enlisted with the highest amount of points was like 11 points or whatever. And I mean, in my opinion, that's a good amount of points for enlisted.
User joined your channel.
I mean, we shouldn't have too high hopes for the enlisted. Because they can't get points that easily.
I mean, quite honestly, it might be a thing where we're like, okay, well, I'm tired of seeing all these fucking, people going into like 5-6 days and then logging onto their character and still not doing anything. So maybe when it comes to quotas, we might enforce something on the enlisted someday, just to, clean them up, get rid of all the dead weight that just doesn't belong here. Like if you don't want to participate, why join the battalion? Like you can't really do anything in this battalion until you get to sergeant anyways. I mean, some people realize that and they'll sit at sergeant, but most of the time they'll get to lance corporal. They'll fly a V wing, a lat, and a Y wing once, and then they'll be like, all right, I'm done, and then they'll just go inactive.
Yeah.
Don't tell me.
Talking about the certifications, when I started out looking at the wings program, I saw this very interesting thing called the ITC training or certification. Well, in my mind, I wanted that to be a certification.
It's under works. We're
It's under works
currently
at the
in the middle of creating a new one.
For those of you that don't know, ITC is like the infantry training course. It's pretty much a ground combat oriented sort of thing. So there was an ITC in the first variation. However, it was pretty.
It was a copy and paste of fucking ARC's basic training, basically.
It was extensive, yeah. To an extent. Let's put it that way. There's another PDS. Hobo.
Relating to TeamSpeak all that fucking long ago. The way that I've seen NCOs doing it recently is the 10-minute timer on the broadcasts is during that time they're talking to them, getting them in TeamSpeak early. So instead of sat that entire 10 minutes just twiddling your thumbs waiting for CTs to show up, you are actually getting the CTs into TeamSpeak early. So once that time ends, it's very little hassle then to actually get the tryout started. Anyone that still hasn't done it because they're slow, you just sort of drag off to the side and like deal with them on their own time. It's sort of, yeah, TeamSpeak isn't that really big of an issue, but yeah, that's already been handled, I think.
All right, Hammer.
Yeah, I would say I'm kind of with both Eddard and Helbo on this one, because like I haven't seen too much of an issue with getting people into TeamSpeak. Like if you actually try, it's not difficult, from what I see, from what I've seen. And whenever I drill tryouts, you know, I as Hobo said, you always get them in the TeamSpeak before the while the timer is still running, and you know, by the time it actually starts, you know, you got like at least 90% of all the people in the tryout and already in TeamSpeak. So then you maybe pull off one to the side if you're still not in TeamSpeak, and you can like effectivize your time. You can start out with a questionnaire with the others. You can give them 15 minutes if you know there's one still trying to get into TeamSpeak, and by the time that person has gotten into TeamSpeak, like he's still got 10 minutes to do the questionnaire with the others, and that's plenty of time to do it, in my opinion.
Yeah, the majority of questionnaires are done well within 10 minutes.
Yeah.
15 is way too long.
Yeah,
it has
exactly.
to be especially slow to take 15 minutes.
Yeah, but I personally, I only tell them 15 minutes if there's ever like one person that's not in TeamSpeak. Otherwise, we just do 10 minutes because it's more than enough for everyone.
The problem with that is you shouldn't be giving people different tryouts, because essentially you're changing how everybody's tryouts are, which is not technically fair. I understand it, but also you really can't like pull people aside, because even part of the tryouts, at least what I was told, was you have to sit there and work with every single one to get them into TeamSpeak. So, you know.
Then what's the issue with doing it like we've been doing it?
So I hate the aspect of making them tab out, get into TeamSpeak, do a whole questionnaire that's not in game. I personally don't agree with that. But quite honestly, like if they can't get into the TeamSpeak, that's fine for tryouts. If they cannot get into the TeamSpeak, you know, once they're going through their basic training and you know it's required to be in TeamSpeak, or if they refuse, then they, like I said, they don't belong in the battalion. As for, you know, the changing of you know, tryouts, each officer does their tryouts a little bit differently, and they have the, you know, the freedom to do that as long as they follow the basic, you know, format or guideline. You know, it's very modular. You can do it in any order you like, and you can, you know, you can throw in a PvE sim if you want. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It just makes the tryouts way longer, but yeah, you can just I don't see an issue, or I'm not sure if I understand the issue that we're talking about right now.
No, like I just tried to explain that I don't see the issue either with the way it's currently at,
Yeah,
but I do see what you mean by it being a hassle getting them into TeamSpeak. But I mean, it's only a hassle for the person trying to get in that has an issue with it, that doesn't have TeamSpeak. And it's only an issue for the NCO helping that guy out. But for the majority of the people, it's a smooth tryout. It works pretty well. But sure, it could be effectivized. Like, we could try and... I like Fireball's idea, because like, there's no point in bringing people into the TeamSpeak just to kick them out after they failed their BBHC test. Like, so I feel like we could make some minor changes just to effectivize the way we do our tryouts.
User in your channel timed out.
And I don't know what exactly the best way is, but we, like, not saying we should like experiment, because that's, you know, kind of retarded, but like if we could try and come up with something that would be more effective, and actually get a way that we can skip parts that take way too long for no reason at all. That doesn't have to be that long, then we should totally go for it, in my opinion. Because that way we can both effectivize our time, get in more tryouts, don't make it a hassle to do them, which will hopefully engage more WoW Plus to do more tryouts and get more people into the battalion as a whole, and don't bother with the Minchi people who don't actually care to do that in the tryout.
For one.
What?
What?
Why are they announcing Sim Start in the first place?
You have to stim start for BBHC test.
You do not.
No.
No,
you don't.
That's the
For
whole
trigger
point of the test.
discipline, you do.
No, you don't.
For trigger discipline, you do, I think. I'm pretty sure.
That's why it's
I
called
mean,
BBT test, where you know your golden rule.
If the CG come into the room and they see some CT shooting you,
Oh, whoa. CG should not be coming into a claimed room.
No,
If
it's
CG
just
come
hypothetical.
unless they're invited in.
Yes.
I guess that's right.
It's a hypothetical question.
I mean, yes, but I mean, first of all, that will never happen unless you invite them in.
That's true. You're right.
You can do trigger discipline and BBHC without sim starting. So what you do is you just hold the tryout. You don't announce a sim start. You don't announce a sim stop, because the second you announce a sim start, then the BBHC test is invalid
User
because it's
joined
not
your
breaking
channel.
Brotherhood code. Does that make sense?
Yes, Gravity.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So to those who are doing tryouts, do not sim start.
Nice.
I don't even want to know.
I got a quick little thing to say.
Good work.
Okay, so anyways, any more PTS about the tryouts, or can we move on to the next topic?
So in your personal opinions, do we need to change? Do we need to change the tryouts in any way, shape, or form, or do we not?
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
I feel like we don't absolutely have to change our tryout, but we could, and we probably should, just to effectivize it and just make it less of a hassle for people, and just people go on here because we want to have fun, and it's no fun wasting your time on just min GCTs that don't actually care about anything and just go in the TeamSpeak just to see what happens. Like, if they're gonna fail at the BBHC test, then have them fail it first and then get them in TeamSpeak, because I don't see why you would ever want to waste your time on somebody that you don't know if they actually care or not.
At which point they've already gone through the questionnaire and things like that.
Exactly.
It's like the extra 5 minutes to get someone in TeamSpeak combined with 15 minutes for the questionnaire.
Well, technically, the questionnaire is supposed to be done in like 5 to 10 minutes, but
then we should change that on the.
I think it says 5 to 10.
It
says
15?
It's 15 to 20.
Well, that's
15 to
definitely
20
going to be a
on trial.
change. That's
I think we
definitely
should
going to be a
have 10
change.
to
Then
15 max.
It's done easily within 10.
It can be done within like 10 minutes. It can be done.
We could do 10 recommended.
Answers, yeah.
That's a small thing. We'll fix that up quickly.
If I may.
go ahead.
Uh,
Actually, technically, Stinger has a PDS
yeah.
now.
So, all right. I've been in RP for a really, really long time. And from what I've noticed of the tryouts, they've changed and changed and changed. And no matter what happens, there's always going to be that CT that you're going to spend time with just to get into the battalion that just they don't act right. They're not going to get it. They're just not going to understand. And they're probably doing it on purpose just to get into the battalion. Changing tryouts, I don't think will really solve that much. Now, if you want to make a questionnaire longer, if you want to do all that stuff, that's fine. But you know, there's always going to be those guys that just get in just to minge.
That's why we've changed it from a strike
context here.
That's why we've changed it from a strike system to an evaluation. If you think somebody is, you know, even like verging on like minginess or whatever, you don't have to give them a strike. You can just say, okay, we're done here. You're not getting in.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you know that they're not caring and they're not doing anything, just remove them right then and there.
Don't waste your time. Don't waste their time. Well, I mean, you can waste their time. I don't care, but don't waste your time.
Yeah, don't waste your time with them.
Did we start getting the DC-15A?
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Oh.
That suggestion has pulled through at least.
Yeah, good job on that, Ogle.
Yay.
So I'm adding 2 things to the tryout docs right now. The first one, it's going to be in the highlights section. They're starting the tryouts. I'm going to be editing this one paragraph for the shush.
Voice crack.
Fucking voice crack.
I'm still getting over getting a strep throat, so relax. The getting them into the TeamSpeak thing. So we're still. I would say I'm trying to confirm this. And I'm going to be asking this multiple times. We still want to stick with the TeamSpeak aspect of things.
Yes.
Wait, what's the TeamSpeak aspect of things?
We get them into the TeamSpeak during the tryouts.
Yes.
Okay. I would say we wait. I would say we wait with the TeamSpeak part till after the BBHC test.
All right. Well,
that's my opinion.
Here's the
we
thing.
kind of need it for flying, because at least how I run tryouts is during the flying section, I'll be in a radio channel with the person spectating them, so we can actually talk and analyze what's going on in real time. So having the CTs in a radio channel and then a separate radio channel to try and talk to the person in the air is just going to be a horrific mess. So having them in TeamSpeak is required, personally. For that
and also, one thing, most of the times the people making it through, like the first parts, you know, the questionnaire, or actually you don't evaluate the questionnaire until later, but the ones who make it through the trigger discipline and BBAC, they're actually most likely to be the ones to already have TeamSpeak, or they're more likely at least. So in that way, you would make it like even, you know, more efficient, because they probably already have TeamSpeak. So you'd have to spend way less time on getting people in TeamSpeak. So it's I think that would be the way to go, or at least try to go.
Okay. All right, so we'll stick with the TeamSpeak then, if that's more convenient for y'all then. All right. So that's the first thing. So I'm just fixing up this paragraph so we can say we're bringing them in like during the broadcasting, so that it can save a little bit more time for that. All right. So look at that TeamSpeak link is right there. Oh, here it is. Questionnaire. All right, so it's been proven we can get it done in like 5 to 10 minutes. So I'll change that.
I left my light out front, guys. Sorry.
Ready. You know what?
You can find it if you go to the Pilotpedia and go to the tryouts. It's literally linked with the tryouts as well.
Well, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. I think I'm.
He's-
Due to the fact that warrant officers can host tryouts as well, if there's any warrant officers here that do not have access to taking a look inside the questionnaire, please send their email to one of us.
I've already added all of our warrant officers.
All right, but just future reference though. Just get them, add them to the questionnaire at least, so that they can look at the stuff, because. All right, I'll change this a little later. Highlight it for now.
Like, do you guys think I'm retarded with my idea, or?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
No,
what I
I'm just
figured.
kidding.
Nobody said anything, so
What was your idea again?
I'm not gonna go over it again.
Okay.
Might as well
Ali
if people didn't
Galia.
get it.
I basically just said like we should try and get people in TeamSpeak after we do BBHC. That's
just
that's
before
what I
the flying
think.
section, essentially.
I think
Yes.
it's maybe a good idea.
It's up to the
because
person hosting.
We don't need
Yeah.
slow brain boys to be in the TeamSpeak and have the TeamSpeak
We still need to have an
password.
outline for how they should be done.
What, the tryouts?
There
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, I
There
know,
is.
but like, if we want them to do it in a different way than we've been doing them, then we obviously need to change the.
Well,
User
it's a
joined your
guide.
channel.
It's called a guideline. It's not like, it's like I said. It's, everyone here knows like Pirates of the Caribbean and the Pirate Code, right? And how they say.
No, oddball. Nobody.
Yo ho,
I know.
yo ho, a pirate's life for me.
Oh my
Here we go.
I don't have security.
I know
Well,
what you
now,
said.
Sorry, too retarded.
everyone
Oh!
knows. Well, everyone knows my age now. Anyways, let's get back to the analogy here, though. So it's a guideline, all right. So which means you don't have to take it word for word. You could like it's like said before. You can. It's up. It depends on the host. They could do whatever. Technically, they can do whatever they want in the tryout, but they have to get through certain key points, and they could switch it up and they could switch and twist it around and put in whichever.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt, Oddball. I got a very important Bigfoot for you. Come outside of the bunks, hurry.
No,
Come outside the bunks, hurry.
coming.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
The fuck is
I'm
this?
stuck.
Come here, hurry.
I jumped
Coming,
out.
I'm coming.
Hurry,
Jesus.
before they run away, hurry.
Oh my god, is that who I think it is?
The Addy Gam.
Oh, is
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
Come here, Oddball, come here.
Why?
I'm gonna fucking boost you. Ready? Let's go.
Drop
Go,
them into the main pool.
Man, I was really expecting Audie to
All the
Drop in the
pilots chase
pool.
after.
There's so many pilots online.
Why there's so many people in this channel?
Alright.
Jesus.
Okay.
Everybody congratulate Batter when you see him.
In here, what?
Go get him, boys.
Oh my
That's
god.
fucking beautiful.
That's my naval Lord Jedi right there.
Oh god.
If you all just start screaming mine at random.
Anyways. Where were we? I completely lost where we were.
Talking about tryouts and the guidelines.
All right, right.
And all that.
That's right. Guidelines. Yeah. So you could twist and turn it as many ways as you want. To be honest, there's no set way. You just get through key points. You can put them in any way, shape, or form. Or you can add anything that. You can throw a monkey wrench in there if you want. Just make sure you just keep it professional. And, I would say the reputation of the pilots relatively. What the fuck?
This is hysterical.
So who got Adi?
I saw him in a fucking MHB and I was like, oh, Batter, come here.
Oh, Batter got her?
And he's like, okay, and then starts following me, and then all of you Mongols run out of fucking bunks.
She's got forced jump. She's forcing jump. Everybody jump.
Jetpack. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Toronto.
Hyper jumps with flat SMH. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Don't
sweet
worry
cakes.
about it. Don't worry about it.
No, this is not. No, this is not Operation Big. No. This is not Operation Bigfoot. Operation Bigfoot's only for commanders.
I thought you sniffed the fucking lore characters too.
No, I only do that to Ahsoka.
No, you gotta sniff him now.
Okay.
No, I do not. It's not a Bigfoot thing.
Oh shit. Georgie.
Where'd y'all go?
As someone who's
Come on,
not in
Oddball.
game right now, I have no idea what
We
the
got
fuck
him.
is going
We
on.
got him, Chief.
Did he go on the track?
Piper. So someone get a fucking screenshot.
Guys, can we keep on track?
Yeah, let's try to keep on track here, please.
Yeah.
All right. So long story short, when it comes to that, everyone's okay with the tryouts remaining the same as they are. Just if you want to add stuff to it, you can. Just make sure it's not ridiculous.
So,
Is
just a question.
I may just have an answer.
Cooper, I'll fucking kick you from the battalion right now.
Cooper's an RM.
So it's absolutely cool if we want to do it like that, you know, do the BBHC before we get them in TeamSpeak, or...
I would say keep the TeamSpeak thing relatively closer to the beginning of the tryouts. That may be the only thing I may request from you.
At the very least, announce it's required still, because I found that gets rid of at least a couple of them.
Yeah.
Saying that TeamSpeak is required and half of them leave, usually.
Yeah, that sounds relatively fine. Alright. So that's that. Can everyone come back to bunks, please?
But we have.
Wait, everyone, real quick. Everyone do everyone do a cheer. Everyone cheer. Everyone cheer.
Oh my
Scatter.
Wait. Wait a minute.
Scatter.
That took me a second there. That was me. Stop it. I don't like the sound of my own voice.
Who did that?
Just like the simulations.
Oddball having to get on platform.
Okay, let's move. Okay, we're adjusting tryouts. We're gonna move on from the topic. Let's move on to anything else you have, Oddball.
That was actually a suggestion from someone else. So.
Well, do you have any other topics that you want to go over?
I don't. I'm just waiting for the next PDS. If we have any other comments, questions that we have to talk about.
We're almost at the end of the hour.
All right, you know what?
We
I got
just get a
something to say. Okay, in
Well,
an
after edit.
In an effort to further organize the Discord, I'm going to. I've removed the ability for everybody to change their nicknames, and I'm going to request that everyone does a rank update with their name if their name is not already set to what it should be. Those who do not follow will be removed from the Discord because I'm tired of having to fucking, you know, when I'm doing purges and shit, I'm tired of having to scour the fucking Discord to find your ass. So it's going to be a requirement from now on for you to have whatever name you have in game set as your Discord name.
So do I have to change my name in game to OG Stinger?
No, you have to change your Discord name to Stinger.
Oh.
Once you hit level 10 with the Me6 bot, you automatically gain the DJ role. It's a reward for participating in the Discord.
Oh wow.
Just a quick add-on to that. Make sure we woes can edit names then.
I think I've let Sergeant Major Plus edit names, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Time to just quickly edit Fendus's name.
Yeah, to fucking gold leader.
And if you guys fucking change names to like meme nicknames, I'm just gonna demote you. I'm not gonna play that game.
Ouchies.
What
If you
about-
wanna like if it hits like Christmas time again or whatever, and we wanna do like, you know, Christmas ball and fucking Netty Christmas or whatever, like
Mary Stinger
Snowball,
then
one
we'll
more.
figure it out then there. But as for
Well-
now, you gotta have your fucking names because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of having to find where the fuck you guys are.
Well, the Lucky Irish Ball's gonna be popping out soon.
What's
so.
an Engelbricht Christmas name?
Discord's part of BT,
Discord's
so-
given part of BT. That also
Yeah,
helps.
everybody should have
You know, that helps fucking when privates just immediately go AFK and they don't like. I just kicked 3 privates now because they were all into a fucking week of activity, or of a week of inactivity. So like, and I didn't even need to worry about kicking them from the Discord because they weren't in it. So
Yeah, we're gonna kick him.
Kick it.
oh, it wasn't a voice crack. That was a laugh.
Is there any more
Archangel had
concerns
something.
about what we need to do? Yeah, Ark.
Sorry, it was just a recap for everything that we've gone over, just because I literally just got
There'll be a recording.
Yeah, that's gonna be a recording later.
Okay, alright, yes.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm live streaming.
Okay.
So yeah, anything that you'll miss, you'll be able to read up.
Yeah.
Alright, chill.
Okay. Nothing too major, at least. I think the biggest talk that we had was the tryout thing. All right.